What is going on, junkies? Papa Junky here. Going to talk to you guys today a little bit about some equipment stuff. It's been a really long time since I've done any kind of a bow review. And I've shot this video probably a dozen times, literally in this last week, because I'm just not happy with the way either the message that comes across or you know, the time that I take to do it. So I'm not even going to try to pretend that this is a bow review. This is nothing more than just my thoughts on the brand new 2014 Hoyt Carbon Spyder Turbo. That's right. This is the newest thing, the newest flagship bow that has come out of the mothership there in Salt Lake City. And I've had this thing for about a week now, maybe 6 days, something like that. And I have shot it a lot, so I do know how the bow feels. All the technical specs of this, I encourage you to get over to Hoyt's website. Kevin Wilkie has a video on there. He breaks the bow down and talks about, you know, what makes, you know, their carbon bows and their Spyder bows and their some of the other bows that they came out with this year. What makes them what they are. Talks about the cams. Talks about the risers. So get over to Hoyt. I think it's HoytUSA.com. Get over there and check out their website, and you can find all that stuff out over there. But this bow is 33 inches axle to axle. It's right in my wheelhouse for an axle to axle bow. I'm 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, have a 29-inch draw. A 33-inch axle to axle bow just fits me. I love the way they fit. So one of the first things that I did on the bow was obviously I put a brand new set of America's Best, and these are the brand new platinum strings. This is a brand new string and a brand new process from America's Best. Nobody else in the industry is doing it, and I can tell you that nobody has the brains behind the process the way that Jerry has implemented the people that he has with the input and the process that they're doing. So these are brand new with platinum. Platinum only comes in a solid color, so you can have your strings one color and your cables another color, but no more of the 2 and 3 colors. It's something to do with the process, and I can't really talk too much about that, but they look amazing. The servings and everything look fantastic. And the Z5 cam. This Z5 cam is supposed to have higher let-off, lower holding weight, and be more bow hunter and I guess you could say 3D friendly. Now, other than that, this is a 29-inch draw, 65 pounds. I've got my Excel. This is the ArmorTech HD Pro sight. This is exactly what I hunt with. I don't hunt with anything else. I've done a little something creative to it. I sent my housing back to Excel and had them change all my pins except for my middle pin to green, and then my middle pin is orange. You know, that's something that Levi talks about on his Name the Game segments, where he talks about trying to decipher and letting your brain process yardage quicker with your pins and recognizing that. I know that Chance, pretty sure Chance shoots all green pins. He doesn't have, you know, a bunch of mixed colors. So I have mine changed out, and I can tell you that made a world of difference, especially on that Indiana deer that I just shot a couple weeks ago. Walking away, the yardage was changing a lot. Had him pinned at 35, and I just instantly, I did not have to search for which color meant which yardage. So really liked that. And of course, I'm shooting my Arizona Archery's DOA rest. I love this rest. It's my go-to rest. It's my it's the easiest and quickest to tune. I put one on Jonna's bow last week, and literally in 4 shots we were shooting bullet holes. Of course, can't leave out my bee stingers. I've got the Extreme Hunter stabilizer set up, just a 10-inch bar out front with 3 ounces. I don't need a lot of weight here. I actually wanted more weight in the back, and I've got 9 ounces in the back. But a lot of people are probably going to say, well, why would you put that much weight on a carbon bow and take away the theory of having a really light bow? Well, actually, it aids me in this, and that is that this is not an aluminum bow, so I can add more stabilization weight to make me more stable. So I can add more weight to this thing and still be even or, you know, ahead of the curve if I had an all aluminum bow. So that's why I have this. I've got my HD, I've got my sight almost all the way out of my dovetail, which creates a lot of forward weight on the bow. So that's why I added my weight back here, and of course I've got it angled down out of the way. And I wouldn't go to the woods without my tight spot. That's just all there is to it. Baddest quiver on the planet. It's the best quiver on the planet, and that's what I never take my quiver off my bow. A lot of Midwest whitetail hunters take their quiver off their bow. I choose not to. I just I leave it on. It doesn't get in my way. I set my bow up according to it, and so that's what I do. But we are going to stop talking about this for a little bit, and we're going to shoot 3 arrows for you guys and talk about just the new Z5 cam, and then we'll wrap things up. I am shooting gold tip velocity 400s with, of course, my AAE's Max Hunter vanes. I have found that on this Carbon Spyder Turbo, this is a 6-inch brace height bow. Here's something else I want to point out to you guys. Don't let this myth of the 6 and 7-inch brace height debate beat you guys up. It's like the Ford, Chevy, and Dodge debate. I do not believe that there's that big of a difference between the 6 and 7-inch bow or brace height bow. I believe that there is when you get down to the 5 1/4, 5 1/2, but 6 and 7 for a Midwest whitetail hunter, I don't feel like you're going to notice that much of a difference in forgiveness or speed. So I'll take the speed over the forgiveness. You know, people are shooting way more than they ever used to, so they're getting better and they're becoming better shots. So I think that you can get away with that 6-inch brace height bow. I am by no means a professional target archer, but I do live and breathe bow hunting, and I can tell you that I will take that 6-inch brace height bow over a 7-inch brace height bow any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So let's shoot this thing and let's talk about the draw cycle a little bit. 65 pounds, 29 inches, and I'll take this, let me take this quiver off so you all can see this a little bit better. There's absolutely no stack whatsoever in the draw. It feels consistent from the moment you start the draw cycle all the way to the back wall. There's no big hump in it, but I can tell you that I am definitely holding less weight. I don't know how much less weight because I'm not going to throw this on the draw board and draw this whole thing out. But the creep on the bow has got that infamous elite, obsession, Struthers feel to it, to where you feel like you have to push it forward. So that's the way the creep feels in the back wall. Now, yeah, there's just no hump to it whatsoever. The bow holds dead in my hand. And to say that it's vibration free is kind of an understatement. A lot of speed bows out there have, you know, that quote unquote tuning fork effect that that the yahoos from Archery Talk have so infamously labeled, and I've used that term before too. This does not have a tuning fork effect in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, let's pull this off of here. Let's pull the bee stingers off, and let's shoot it without the bee stingers on here, just to give you all once again, no stack in the draw cycle whatsoever. The creep, there's probably an inch to 3/4 of an inch of creep, and it's definitely manageable. For a speed bow, you don't really ever get that. Holding the bow without any stabilization on it whatsoever, I'm not even going to aim at that knock, is dead. Notice that this bow did not want to kick forward or kick back, and I even have the sight, you know, almost all the way out on the dovetail. This thing just doesn't move. It just absolutely does not move, and it is dead quiet, absolutely dead quiet. So, all right, we're going to throw one more velocity through this thing, and then I'll leave you all alone and let you get to bow shops and check the thing out yourselves. But I feel like there's only been a few bows that I've ever messed with that I feel like if a deer came in and I drew on him, I literally could hold the bow and move in the tree stand and come right back at him. Literally. So that's how comfortable this thing is to hold at full draw. just absolutely dead and rock solid. As quiet as a mouse, probably the quietest speed bow I've ever shot in my life. The Z5 cam is something of engineering marvel. I always think to myself, what in the world could they possibly do? And Hoyt turns around and comes out with not just one, but about 72 new models, and it's such a shout out to the entire team over there, Randy Walk and Looper and Wilkie, and I don't know any of the other guys over there, but shout outs to them for just they're just not stopping. They're continuing to push themselves and push the engineering department. So it's awesome. One other little thing that I want to talk about is that Hoyt started putting this nameplate on their carbon bows, and I really like that. And the reason why I say that is because you always just had the Hoyt logo down here underneath the grip, and now they've added a little bit more branding up here on the side. I like that. And the reason why is because those of us that are in that Hoyt fraternity, and those of you that shoot Hoyt, you understand that it's kind of a fraternity and a sorority. People take a lot of pride in shooting a Hoyt. A lot of people that shoot Hoyt don't do a whole lot of swapping and around. It's just it's Hoyt or nothing. They fly that Hoyt flag high and proud, and I do too. I've shot a lot of deer with a Hoyt, and I mean, it goes all the way back to the Tricons and the Cybertechs and all that stuff. And Hoyts have just always fit me very well, and this bow fits me the best out of all of them. So if you have not tried it, if you are on the fence of whether or not whether or not the money justifies it, I can tell you that I would not hesitate in pulling the trigger on a carbon Spyder, a carbon Spyder Turbo, a carbon Spyder 34. Any of their new carbon bows with this riser and just this Z5 cam is absolutely phenomenal. I'm not here doing this at a Hoyt Pro Shop, so that's, I'm not here to sell anything for you guys. But if you are in our area, down in Strasburg, go see Jamie at All American Outdoors. He's a Hoyt dealer, and he's a really good Hoyt dealer. He's knowledgeable, he knows them, he can tune them, and he shoots them himself. He doesn't just sell them with about 14 other bow brands. So go see Jamie, and just tell him you want to shoot it. That's all I can say. But other than that, man, if I could say anything, the Foose custom strings that come on the bow are phenomenal strings. And I shouldn't say Foose custom strings. Those are Foose factory strings. They use 8190X BCY material. They do a really good job. But if you really want to take your bow, and that's any bow, to the next level, I really suggest getting a custom set of America's Best strings put on these things, and the new Platinums while you're at it. You're going to pay a little bit more, but I can tell you the brainstorming that went behind these things, you're done. I mean, you'll never shoot another string as long as you are shooting a bow. So give Jerry and the boys up at ABB a call and let them know. But that's it. That's my thoughts on it. This is exactly how I'm going to go to the woods, and this is exactly how I'm going to end my season as far as chasing after Kansas. Hopefully I win that chess match, but at the end of the day, it's still a wild animal, and it's still 180, 190 inch class wild animal. So he didn't get to be that big by being stupid and making dumb mistakes. And we are getting late in the year. Presley's is next week, and then you got Iowa and the ATA, and it's pretty much over for us because the year starts full bore. But this is exactly how I'm going to take it to the woods, and that's how I wanted to shoot it for you guys and have it set up. So other than that, listen, I appreciate all the support. You guys know that. We just broke the 7,000 mark fan on Facebook, and I can tell you that every single one of you guys is a legitimate fan. We've earned your respect. We've earned your trust. We're not paying for ads. We're not paying for banners and sponsors on Facebook and buying all a bunch of fans. Every single one of you has come over, and every single one of you knows and has invested in us, and I appreciate that. And we're going to keep striving. We got a lot of cool things on tap for 2014, some really good things, and we've put some people in place that are really going to help take this to the next level. And but none of that stuff is possible without you guys and your feedback. So until next time, shoot straight, hunt hard, God bless, and I'll see you guys right here next time at bowjunky.com.